If you want to feel happier, calmer, and more grounded, not just occasionally but consistently, this video is going to help you get there. Today, I am breaking down the science of happiness and giving you a clear, practical framework to cultivate more joy and gratitude in your daily life. Without motivation, cliches, or superficial tips. Clear insights, real examples, a strategy you can use today. Let's begin. Most people assume happiness is a feeling. Science says it's a state created by habits, not events. We think I'll be happy when I get a job, or I'll be happy when I move, I'll be happy when I buy that thing. But studies from Harvard, Stanford, Yale show that your brain adapts to positive events quickly, which means external achievements only give a temporary spike. Real happiness comes from what your brain does every single day, not what happens once in a while. This is a good news because it means happiness is trainable, just like strength, just like discipline, just like focus. Researchers say 50% of your happiness is genetics. But here's the part most people miss. 40% is entirely under your control, not by buying something, not by reaching a milestone, but through daily cognitive habits. What you focus on, how you think, what you repeat, what you avoid, how you regulate emotions. That 40% is where your real power is. This is why two people can live the same life, face the same challenges, and still feel completely different internally. Happiness is internal architecture, not external decoration. Gratitude is not being positive, it's a neurological tool. When you practice gratitude intentionally, your brain releases dopamine and serotonin, the same chemicals that create happiness. But here's the deeper part. Gratitude trains your brain to notice positive patterns more often. This is why people like Oprah and Ray Dalio swear by gratitude journaling. It changes what your brain pays attention to. Let's look into the modern equivalent. The modern equivalent could be one line in a journal, or voice note on your phone, or mental list during coffee, or texting someone thank you. Simple, small, and transformative. When we think of joy, we imagine big events, birthdays, vacations, celebrations, whatnot. But happiness researchers like Barbara Fredrickson found that long-term joy comes from micro moments. Micro moments could be sunlight on your face, a meaningful conversation, or just a warm cup of tea, or even finishing a task, or going on a walk without your phone, or just listening to good music while cooking. These tiny moments create emotional momentum. Someone who pays attention to micro joys will always be happier than someone waiting for macro events. That's not luck, that's awareness. Roger Federer, known for extreme composure, he often says joy comes from presence, loving the process and not just the trophy. His happiness wasn't built on winning but on being engaged. Brené Brown, researcher on vulnerability and emotions, she found that the most joyful people practice gratitude before they feel good, not after. Andrew Huberman, neuroscientist who explains that small positive habits reshape the brain's reward circuitry. He calls it building the neurochemical foundation for happiness. Emma Watson talks about simple rituals like self-reflection and unplugging as her main source of emotional balance. David Goggins, seen as intense, but he repeatedly focuses on gratitude for small victories, proving joy is not softness but a strength. These aren't happy people. They are strategic people who protect their mental environment. Now, let's build this into a framework inspired by our favorite Egyptian blueprint style. Happiness doesn't happen in moments, it happens in systems. Think of this as your daily architecture for joy. What fuels your emotional baseline? Not the things that excite you, the things that stabilize you. For some people, it could be quiet mornings. For some, it could be movement. For others, it could be solitude or deep work or time with a person who grounds them. Identify yours first and then protect it. Next, look into what systems support your happiness. Systems are the rituals you repeat even without motivation. This could be 10 minutes of journaling, 20 minutes of walking, or a weekly solo date, or saying no faster, reducing digital clutter. Your happiness rises or falls based on these predictable actions. Next, look into what environment makes joy easier. Your environment can destroy your happiness without you noticing. Small shifts help. Say, for example, a cleaner space or a lot of sunlight in your room, less noise, fewer toxic people, more meaningful conversations. So most people try to fix their emotions without fixing their environment. Reversing that solves 70% of the problem. What drains your happiness? Like, not in a dramatic way, but look at it in a subtle, everyday way. Like, see whether you're constantly comparing yourself to someone, or if you're overthinking, or if you're maintaining poor boundaries, or if you have chaotic routines, digital overstimulation. So if you don't remove these kind of drains, the gains won't stick. Next, who do you need to become to feel consistently happier? This is the identity question. Do you want to become someone who reacts less, or who appreciates more, or who slows down intentionally, or chooses presence over distraction, or someone who notices small joys? Identity shapes emotions. Emotion shapes behavior. Behavior shapes happiness. Most people want more joy. They just don't want to evolve into the person who can sustain it. Here's what I've learned about happiness. Happiness is not loud. It's not dramatic. It's not Instagram worthy. Real happiness is subtle. It's the quiet confidence of knowing you're living in alignment. It's feeling grounded in your own life instead of chasing someone else's pace. It's choosing joy in small moments, not waiting for bigger ones. And once you start noticing that, everything begins to shift. Happiness isn't a mystery. It's a skill, but with small, consistent actions. If you want to feel happier, start with awareness, gratitude, better systems, better environment, a better identity. Your life becomes lighter when your habits support you. If this video helped, please subscribe. We are building a space for people who want clarity, depth, and emotional strength in a fast-moving world. Thank you.